Already, today's daily challenge: Lakehouse stealth, no interrogation, no lockpicks, and takedown limit. It's no interrogation, it's takedown limit, and generally that means that we will have to adhere to the whole not taking everyone out part, which is unfortunate. And it's also unfortunate that generally we have to, well, try and spend all of the radios, because otherwise things are going to be a lot more inconvenient than it otherwise would be. So we're just going to cross over here. It might not be the best idea for trying to not get caught, but so far everything's working, and well, that means that we really shouldn't care. So we're just gonna hopefully have you, well, turn around immediately, because we don't really want to do this right now, and well, you'll wait. And hopefully we'll have the guard turn around. Now it's not lockpick, so it's just a matter of, well, drilling, and that's really about it. So don't turn that corner. Perfect. So we're gonna get this road open, and afterwards we're just going to, well, rewire it. And then we'll awkwardly just look out for any guards that might be showing up relatively soon, because we don't really want that, shockingly enough. And because the guard is basically walking away, we could, for the most part, just ignore that over there. And then not go over there, because there's a guard over there, which we don't really want to interact with. So we're just going to wait for you over here. And unfortunately, there's no camera over there, which means that Cyber's presumably not going to be luring anyone, which is certainly a bit of a shame. So I guess what we could do is we could do this. And then we can lure a guard, and well, hopefully things will be better soon, because we'll be getting a disguise hopefully relatively soon, which is kind of the ideal situation, as long as you don't stop right over in an inconvenient location. Hi there, all of the guards, but if you could walk away, that would be quite nice. I am still waiting for that guard, which, well, hopefully, sure. Now, because it's not no moving bodies, we're not really all too concerned about this, well, staying in the bush, but generally if it's outside, it's still not really all that great, because we don't want it to be here, for the sole purpose of trying to, well, actually not have problems. So we'll grab a disguise over here, and then afterwards, well, it's going to essentially be hidden, since we did bag it up. Though I guess we could adjust it a tiny amount, even though it's not really all that significant. We're gonna... You know, we're not gonna do that. We're just going to ignore all of that, and things should go just fine. So we'll go through here right now, and afterwards we'll go through here, which should be quite simple. It's just a matter of trying to count the guards out inside, because Cyber did lose someone else, and hopefully that would be an inside guard, because we don't really want any problems with trying to do anything over here, which might very well be the case. So we're just going to back off over here, maybe find a camera operator, even though it's not really all that significant, because we could in theory just answer the radios. But then again, it might help out if we just want to clear all of the guards, which, as long as it's not over here, perfect. So things should be generally not that difficult to try and get the camera operator. It's just a matter of trying to find where they are, which, this is a good start. We could just clear that real quick, and then afterwards we won't have to deal with any radios, which is great. But it's still takedown limit, and well, we could just make the camera operator not apply to that, but then again, it's still a lot of guards that have to be resolved, so we're just going to do exactly that after we breach over here. And then quite simply, we're just going to go in here, and then afterwards, well, hi there. And then afterwards, to hack the cameras. Not because we really need to, but that's really the only reason. So we just go through here, and then we'll just find, well, if you're going to turn in there, that's not really the plan there, but sure. So we're just going to go over here, and then we're just going to, well, look up for any guards, and hopefully we're going to clear all of them relatively soon, which we would generally want. So as we wait to see where the guards actually are, we're just going to, well, hi there. I would say intercept you over there, but we do want to know where the other guard is, which, that would be genuinely useful information. That is, unfortunately, not a very useful location for you to be, because we do really kind of want to not get caught, but one aspect of that is maybe not walking into all of the guards when they're all facing us, which, you know, might just be a bad idea. So we'll take care of you over there, and then Cyber's presumably going to take care of the guard behind, and that should be everyone in theory, but then again, it might not be, which would not be great. That's precisely why it's not great, but sure. So we're gonna find some files and hopefully we can get inside relatively soon, which, for a start, we should probably check, well, the area upstairs that we just went to and didn't really check, so... Well, that's clearly nothing, so instead we're just gonna turn around and go somewhere else, which is probably gonna be useful, so we're gonna go... That's still useless, right then. So we're gonna continue finding where the files will maybe be. And then slowly just start considering using a drill to get it open, which probably isn't the most advisable, but then again, well, that's the code, so that should be a relatively simple solution to get this open, which is why we're gonna do just that. And we're just gonna start drilling this because presumably Cyber's gonna go over here and, well, get a breaker, which... Perfect. So we will go over here and... Of course. So instead we're just going to drop a drill because we don't really need it anymore, and then we're just gonna get some intel. So what we're gonna do right now is we're just going to awkwardly get outside and hopefully get a bag and maybe, just maybe, get all of the intel. It's not really the most advisable since we haven't actually cleared everyone, and we unfortunately cannot clear everyone, but then again, it's free intel, and as long as we are vaguely careful, things should go decently fine. Mainly because it's not something like hidden section bars, so one aspect of that is to maybe not run past every single guard. But we're gonna go over here, go through here, and then we're just gonna get a bag over there, which... any one of them should work, and we probably aren't getting two of them because it's not really viable, mainly because you always have the servers to bring, and that's another bag. So as we just try and ignore all of the guards over there, we're just gonna go past here, and you're just going to not care. Perfect, so we're just going to... Great, so we're gonna have a guard try and... Maybe not the safest way of doing things, but it certainly works out just fine, so we're just going to loop around up here. And I mean, I guess if you're just going to not see anything, I'm going to be perfectly fine with that, which is why we're gonna go over here, grab those over there, and then essentially it's just a matter of waiting over here, which... I mean, sure. I mean... Why? Right then, we're gonna go downstairs, we're gonna grab the server, and presumably Cyber's gonna be getting out of here relatively soon. Now, unfortunately, because of the outside guards, well, unfortunately, things are gonna be a bit more... well, terrifying when it comes to going outside and trying to not get caught because of all of the guard presence over there. And generally, carrying a bag is maybe not the best idea for not getting caught in general, so we're just gonna go through here. And then hopefully we won't meet anyone, because that is the wrong spot. We're gonna go through here, and then, well, unfortunately, because we're carrying a server, it's gonna take an awful lot of time, which we generally don't have a lot of. So hopefully Cyber's going to be anywhere but the actual docks right now, as we wait for a good opportunity. Which, it's really just a matter of following behind you because we don't really want to cross in front of him. But now that we're done with this over here, we're just going to hop down over here, which is a rather fast method. Just saying you should probably turn around at this point, and then we can just go all the way over here, get out of here, and well, that's the daily challenge done in just over 8 minutes. Cheers everyone, have a great time.